Marvin, a bit more pleasing today?
Yeah, listen, a brilliant performance. We always knew the result was the most important thing today. Whilst it was still in our hands, we needed to take care of our own business, and the players did that. I thought from the first whistle to the last whistle, to a man, they were absolutely fantastic and deserved the 3 points today. Probably could have had more goals, but yeah, deserved the 3 points.
It was very much an overall, everybody in that team played their part today. But it does leave you asking the question, where has it been for much of the season?
100%. It was a brilliant performance from all of them, and like you said there, to answer your question, where has it been? They've shown it in short spells. It's been a tiring season in terms of being a manager, because I say to them, from the start, Monday to Friday is so important. And when you do have a group of young players, sometimes it takes a little bit of convincing, that they need to remain professional at all times. Because if you're not, you come out on a Saturday, and if too many of you are off it, or you haven't done it correctly in the week, and that's not just at training, that's living your life right outside of training, then you fall short. But today, they showed what they were about. They were brilliant, but you have to do it on a consistent basis. You have to do that every single day in training, every week, every Saturday. Every Saturday is a cup final, not just when it gets to the end of the season and we find ourselves in a position we shouldn't be in, especially when it's not down to ability. It's been a mentality thing, it's been an application thing, it's been a professionalism. That's the biggest thing for me that I've seen this season.
The ability was certainly there on show today. You said last week was a tough watch. This week was an enjoyable watch. Yeah,
exactly. Two very, very different games. We were away to Stirling. There was massive pressure in terms of if you lose that game, you're level on points, etc. A dry pitch, and like you say, the other side of it was shown today. Ability's never been in question here. But as a saying, isn't there? If you fail to work hard or whatever it is, then your ability means kind of nothing. And that's what I've been saying to the players. Just having ability doesn't win you games of football. Working hard does. And hard work will always outdo ability. And if you've got both, then brilliant. But if you've only got the ability side, Sandra, you won't be successful. And that's why we find ourselves in the position we were 3 o'clock today. But as I said, the players got themselves out of that.
But is it just relief? Is that the biggest sense tonight?
Yeah, that's the key word, relief. There's no celebrations for me because I'm in a position at this football club that I don't want to be in. Winning today and getting yourself out of the playoffs, that means nothing to me. There's no cause for celebration. It is a relief because, we shouldn't have been down there, but we were, and then the pressure begins to build. And you talk about a young group and it's hard for them, but the fans dragged them through it today as well because they were fantastic. So yeah, it is a massive relief, but no celebration. There's a lot of work to be done.
There's still one more game to go though, so it's keeping them going for that game next week.
Yeah, and hopefully they keep themselves going. This is a reminder to them because they would have done things correctly over the last probably 5 or 6 weeks, because you don't get 5 clean sheets in 6 games without doing things correctly, without caring about your profession. But there's been a spell, during the middle of that season where that wasn't the case, and as I said, it can't happen. But there is one more game to go. We'll be in on Monday. We'll train hard. We'll want to go out and win that game of football and collect another 3 points and finish the season on a high.
Knowing you won't go into it sort of switched off and it'll be to the last.
You can't switch off. As I said, you switch off as a manager, you switch off as a player. You find yourself not doing the job you love. And as I said, a lot of my time this season has been spent Monday to Friday trying to drag people to do the right things. Over the last 5 or 6 weeks, I've seen that people have stepped up to the plate. They've worked hard. But yeah, there'll be no switching off this week. I won't allow it. If anybody does want to switch off, there's no point in them, being in and around the training ground.
And last time up at Montrose was very much a kind of performance like today. Yeah,
it was. Yeah, some fantastic goals in that game. We started extremely fast, and hopefully we can get a repeat of that. Or a repeat of today's one. I'll take either or, Sandra, because as I said, two of players today, they were absolutely fantastic. Worked hard, brilliant goals. Lee Connolly coming back in, change of shape, etc. And it took to it like a duck to water. As I said, I'm massively proud of them because they've won today. But as I said in there, it's got to be a massive learning curve. You have to do things right every single day, not just when the chips are down and you find yourself looking over your shoulder. Every day is important in football.
Jack Bryden missed today again. Another, I guess, frustrating has been one of those key words throughout the whole season, and very much one for Jack.
Yeah, listen, we've had far too many injuries. It's just been extremely unlucky and unfortunate. That'll be Jack now for the season because there'll be no risk taken with him. He needs to have a good off season and remain fit. And he has to have a good pre-season, so he can go into the season, as I said, fully fit and firing on all cylinders. But it's been frustrating injuries all the time. You got Guff's had his operation recently, etc. Regan, played 4 games for us, so it has been a frustrating season in terms of injuries. But yeah, Jack won't be back unfortunately this season.